Then first of all, how have the first few days been under Narcís Pèlach?
Yeah, really good. Intense. He's really demanding. He lets you know in no uncertain terms what he wants right across the board, whether that's physical numbers you need to hit in the running day or on a match day, the structure of how he wants to play, where he wants you to pass the ball, everything to the nth degree. So he's real clear. It's probably been a bit of a culture shock for some. Training's been tough physically, and that'll take a bit of getting used to, but it's been really enjoyable also to work together, to understand what he wants and try and implement that. Obviously we have such a young squad. It can be really unsettling when you change manager, and some of our boys won't have ever experienced that before, so we need to try and help get the new messages across. The harder you work basically and the quicker it becomes the norm, the better for everyone. I'm sure that when that happens and it all becomes second nature rather than naturally, it's going to be a bit mechanical at first. As soon as it all becomes smooth and we've transitioned to the way this manager wants to play and we're implementing his ideas really well, I'm sure that the results will come and confidence will grow and things will only get better.
You obviously know Narcís from your time at Norwich City. What are your views on him as a coach and as a person?
Yeah, as a person, real humble man, hard-working man, obsessed with the game. So he's obviously a big family person as well, but football is his number one, always will be his number one. Nothing else matters. Eats, sleeps and drinks it. He'll be up till 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, probably here past midnight, still working. He's obsessive, like literally obsessive. And no one will work hard than him, I know that. When I worked with him at Norwich, I was left sort of, oh, wow, by him, to be honest. Really clear about what he wanted and how he sees the game and how it should be played, and to be honest it really helped turn our fortunes around. It was a massive part of us getting in the playoffs last year, and he's a real good addition to this football club, and I have no doubt that the football club's in really safe hands. It's going to be different because Stoke City fans have not seen the team play this way for a long time, if ever, but he's also not naive in the sense that he knows what this club stands for, which is hard work, on the front foot, pressing, running all over, to win the ball back and be dominating. And ultimately, it'll be a different take on how to achieve that. But the principles won't change. This football club is what it is. It's built on hard-working individuals, hard-working town, city, and we have to represent those people, and this manager will certainly do that.
How important will patience be as everyone gets adjusted to his methods?
Yeah, it's going to be huge because it's such a big difference in terms of with possession, let's say, or with the ball. It won't just happen overnight. It's a big change from the old manager, so we do have to be patient. Having said that, it's easy for me to sit here and try and take the pressure off and say, yeah, long term everything's going to be fine. Even though I believe it will, it's also really important we get short-term results, as is everything in football, because players need to be confident, fans need to be confident, and we need to grow together. So how quickly we achieve that, the better for everyone. And I'm sure it'll happen fast because we're working so hard as players, they're working so hard as staff, and the ideas work. I know that, and I've seen it firsthand. So, like I say, I'm really excited by it. All the players have been really receptive, worked really hard, and they're all really excited by it too. And we're just hoping that the ideas come to fruition ASAP, and to be honest, that the results follow, because when you're winning games and everyone's confident, the ideas are only going to come across quicker and better.
Your next appearance will be the 400th of your club career. How do you look back on the previous 399?
Our ups and downs. Really proud, obviously, of what I've achieved. As always, would like to have achieved more, but I've still got time left. I know some people might not think that, but I certainly do. I look after myself and I plan to play on for quite a long time. So I'm hoping now that this is going to be the most exciting chapter of them all, because I know what this football club has, and if this football club gets to where it should be, the potential of it is limitless. Purely down to the size of the club and the wonderful owner that we have. Resources, obviously lucky for this football club, aren't something that's hard to come by. the owner's unbelievable. He backs the club at every opportunity, and we're so fortunate to have him as our owner. And I really want to do it for him, because he's obviously seen the club have tough times in recent years, and there's no one that deserves it more than him. So this has the potential, even though I have had lots of good experiences, to be the most exciting chapter of them all, and I'm working as hard as I possibly can to make sure that happens.
You've won promotions and trophies. What have been the keys to those successes?
Hard work. Anyone who's had it tells you that. Hard work, dedication. That starts every single day with your lifestyle, what you eat, how you train, how you sleep, how you recover, all those things. We have to demand from each other. I said it on the first day I signed here, that hasn't changed. We have to demand from each other, so we're all building an understanding of what this new manager wants and how it should be carried out. And the good thing with him giving you as much clarity as what he does is that we all know what each other should be doing and exactly what we should be doing, and it won't change game on game. So it won't change because of the opposition, it won't change because we've lost the game, it won't change with who comes in and who comes out the team. It's all going to be really clear, which means you can hold people to account. I don't think my time so far that's happened enough here, that we've held each other to account. It's something I'm trying to implement as captain, as an older player, and I think it'll be really easy for lads to do moving forward, and that comes again with confidence and know-how of how we're going to play in each other's roles. But there's been really positive signs early on. It's only been a few days, of course, and we want it to happen overnight and win the next 20 games of football, but sometimes football doesn't work like that, so we'll take each game as it comes, try and win, starting this weekend against Middlesbrough. And like I say, I have no doubt that when we get on a good run and we understand all these principles and it becomes second nature, we'll be in a really good spot.
As you approach 400 club appearances, what would be your advice to young players in the squad?
No regrets, just give absolutely everything, every day in the gym, every day on the training pitch, because it goes so fast. So it feels like, yeah, I look at Lewis Koumas and Sol Sidibe down there, and I think, wow, before you know it, they'll be sat there here like me, over 30 years old, hopefully captain somewhere. Hopefully they've already had an amazing career, but a large part of their career will have gone, and it literally flies by. The good thing with me is that I've maximised what I could do, what I could control. So when I finish my career, I'll have no regrets in that sense, and that's all you can do. So we've got loads of young lads, and then they hopefully will do that, and that will be the best feeling, because I think to have the opposite feeling on the day that you retire, thinking you could have done more, what if I'd done this, that must be the worst feeling in the world.
More than 200 of those appearances came at your hometown club, Middlesbrough. How do you look back on your time at Middlesbrough?
Yeah, it was a wonderful time. Obviously the club that I support, where I was born, absolutely loved my time there. So the club had been in the Championship for a while, and we got to the playoff final, we lost, we then got over the line the next year, we went up, unbelievable times. We weren't good enough to stay in the Premier League, but at that time I had good individual success, to be honest, which sort of, it didn't ease that feeling of relegation. That's horrendous when you're at your hometown club. The highs are higher, the lows are lower, but it was just a real good chapter for me. I managed to get on the bench for the national team 3 times. So yeah, it was everything I ever dreamed of, to represent that football club, to achieve some success, to be captain. It was a wonderful time for me, my family and my friends.
From your first few months here at Stoke City, do you kind of see some similarities between the two clubs and the areas?
I see loads of similarities, and I think that's why I feel so at home here. Not just that we play in red and white, but just the hard-working nature of the place. That's what Middlesbrough built on, hard-working people, good people, and this is exactly the same, and there's a family feel in this building. So there's a lot of similarities, and when I was there, we were part of. I knew that when the club did well, the town did well, and that'll be the same here. And if we are part of, and I will hopefully be leading it, part of the team that brings the good times back for this football club in this area, that'll be something that I'll never ever forget for the rest of my life.
In terms of Saturday, what will be required to get a positive result?
So I think real hard work, structure, discipline, our identity that the manager's put across in his ideas, his messages. More than that, aggression, all the basics still, they don't change in football. We have to compete, we have to win the battles, we have to make sure that we're a lot more solid. And for 45 minutes we were that the other night, off of 60 minutes, let's say. But we can't afford individual mistakes, we can't afford to maybe be as erratic as we were at times. We have to keep the ball out of our net and score some goals, and we certainly had the chances to do that the other night. It's just about bringing it all together and tying it in as one for a complete performance. And listen, they're a good team, they've got a good manager. It's going to be a tough place to go, but it's a challenge that we're really excited by.